What is the weird / hidden thing about yourself that always makes you think if only people knew this about me? I've had a full set of dentures, top and bottom, since I was like 6. I'm 22 now and most people I tell are mind blown. Wow. What happened? I have ectodermal dysplasia. It has a relatively wide range of symptoms for those who have it. It can affect your hair, skin, nails, teeth, and sweat glands, among other things. In advanced cases of it, the person is born with an inability to sweat and lifespan can vary dramatically. Fortunately, I have a very mild stage of it, and it is non-progressive. I have very thin hair, and nails that don't grow quite right. I got my baby teeth as normally as any kid would, but as I lost them, my adult teeth never came in. I got pretty lucky. It's a very rare condition and even more rare to have it so mildly. I spent 6 years in prison. That was 20 years ago, and now I have a degree and a good job and a great wife, so I am rather well hidden, lol. But I have to be extremely careful who I tell. My in-laws don't even know. I talk alone. Most people assume I'm friendly but emotionally reserved, when in reality I feel very strong emotions towards and about things but lack any real understanding of expressing it in a way that I feel comfortable with. My family are nudists. I was an addict for almost 5 years and did sexual favors for drugs, including being an extra at some wild sex parties in a rich area of Metro Detroit. I got clean, got married and had 2 amazing kids. Went back to college for my bachelor's and my MBA and now hold a great job at a college. Most people have no idea of my past. I always feel some weird pain or sensation in strange parts of my body every few days, compounded by a generally weak constitution and stacked with my general lack of a so-called end goal in life. Please don't misunderstand, I really enjoy life, but I just don't have long-term goals or plans. Makes me have disproportionate feelings of my mortality very often. Even so, I don't find the urge to suddenly make some grand plans or become some slice of life main character. I just live as I have done so before. It creeps people out when even a sliver of this is known or hinted to them. I was homeschooled from K-12 and generally isolated from the world. My parents were mentally ill and big believers in harsh physical punishment. People pick on me for being weird / socially oblivious, but I like to think they'd be nicer if they knew the reason why. I daydream scenarios in my head. Give people I rarely know full-fledged personalities and choreograph their interactions. It gets pretty crazy in my head with mythical creatures, thrilling adventures, scandals. I get extremely ditzy and airheaded when I'm under a lot of emotional stress. I'm actually quite capable and confident. But when I'm dealing with internal crap I try to hide it, but it comes out in things like locking my keys in my car, getting lost, losing important things, sending electronics through the wash, etc. I've gotten a reputation for being an unreliable ditz. But it's really just I'm under a lot of stress and I don't like to show it because I prefer to be happy and upbeat. I'm hella kinky. No one would ever guess to look at me what this graying, 55-year-old woman gets up to. When my husband and I die and they find our toy collection, I hope they get a good laugh out of it. We don't have kids or close family, so no worries about that. Many of my friends do know, but most don't know how extensive. Easy. No one I know IRL knows that I write fanfiction. Some of my stories are pure smut, including one that's pretty kinky. Anyone reading my stories out of context would probably think WTF is wrong with you. And writing is such a personal thing. Like, even though you may or may not actually think and act like your characters, you still have the capacity to put yourself in their shoes. Sometimes people can't differentiate between I understand this character and I agree with / am this character. Only one IRL person has seen my work, the rest would probably pick the work apart and psychologically examine me or assign meaning where there is none. I was in 2 porn flicks. Needed money, got offered $2,000 to work for 2 days. Well worth it? Nice try, Mom. Actually it's Zuckerberg that wants to blackmail you. When I'm alone, I'll daydream really funny things. So you could see me watching a TV or writing or whatever, but at the same time, I'll be laughing and smiling at what appears to be nothing. But really it's BC, I'm entertained from the inside of my head. I'm not gay. Just an elegant man. I'm not as smart as I show myself to be. I'm just specifically knowledgeable about certain subjects. Another one is that I'm an extremely submissive guy, both sexually and not. Though I don't show it as I've never been given the chance to. I was abused. Even the people who saw me as a child while I was going through it never in a million years would say they would think that. Weird, sheltered, yes. Abused. No. It was covered up so well that not even my mother, who lived in the same house at the time, knows about it. My parents know this, but I'm a pretty decently trained boxer. They got tired of my school not really doing much in the way of helping me with some bullies who would harass me almost daily, so they signed me up for a few different self-defense classes, boxing being one of the ones I really did well in. That I think about dying almost constantly. I don't think I would ever K1LL myself, I have a lot to live for, but I do often think about it and have done so for my entire adult life. I'm a maladaptive daydreamer. I play out elaborate fantasies in my head that run as deep as books and TV series. I'm absolutely oblivious to any social cues or hints, so on the off chance someone actually was ever interested in me, I never knew it. I wish I could wear a shirt that says something like, if you don't use words to express something, I'm not going to get it. If I lived alone, I would 100% play with stuffed animals. Not just casually though, like hardcore. I have my own money now, so I can go all out and build castles and dungeons and stuff for them now. A friend I know slept with the actor who plays Michael Myers in the new Halloween movies, and both of them were cheating. I don't think people quite understand when I say I have no motivation / no energy / no desire. I do the bare minimum each day to cover my ADLS, activities of daily living, that has taken years of therapy and generally learning how to live with myself. Anything beyond my ADLS takes meditation, deep breathing, psyching myself up, and again years of therapy. I can only work typically 3 days a week, which has reduced the amount of days I come home crying out of exhaustion. I never was able to do school. I'm lucky I graduated high school, which is another story unto itself. I would not wish this upon anyone. Being okay with laying in bed all day is not healthy. I've made tremendous strides just to get to barely functioning adult. It's frustrating knowing that something looks good on paper for your betterment but your brain just doesn't agree. And don't get me started on my lack of emotions. That sucks. It may sound cool to not have any feelings, but it is definitely not cool. How good my memory is. People get really freaked out that you know minor details about them. Despite them telling you 4 years, 6 months, 9 days, and 42 seconds ago. I still remember it crystal clear. I intentionally don't bring certain things up because people could be freaked out that know something specific about them. They don't even remember telling me. I find myself detached from people emotionally, even my own family. I can't describe it, but it makes me feel bad. How unhappy I really am. Maybe I'm just ungrateful, I'm not sure, but I have a lot of nice things, so I should be happy even though I'm not. I have my own place, a full-time job, my car is paid off, I have a very nice gaming setup, I have an amazing doggo, and I have a good chunk of money saved from over the years. That being said, all of my friends just assume I'm happy, and generally I seem like I am because I put in a facade when around friends and family, but in reality I'm miserable. There's just something missing. That I'm pretty sure I have synesthesia. I have too much of a dry and bullshitting sense of humor for most people to believe that I can see music, lol. I worked as an escort/sugar baby for a few months. Made about 10K and then COVID hit. I didn't need the money to survive, I have a good job and fun lifestyle, just wanted the extra cash and felt like I was in charge. It was fun and I miss it. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe if you are interested in more Reddit content. See you in next video.